Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Good afternoon. This is Drive Time with Dave, and I'm Dave. I'll be your driver. Today is going to be nothing but questions for Dave. I have my list of questions right here. Have my list of questions. Are we ready to get ready? We ready to get started? Okay, so I hadn't made a video for a couple of days. Had not. And I'm so excited to have the camera on. Look, I can't even keep it in focus. My excitement is I'm just plastering the camera. The camera can't even stay focused. So here's my list of questions. To start with, the number one question was how, so after my last two videos about millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, somebody sent me a question. So I got 12 questions. 12 questions. How can I make $5,000 a month working from home? Okay, so we want to make $5,000, $1,250 a week working from home. We want to be able to do that in profit. We need to sell, well, let's see. How much money are we talking about in oh my goodness, this camera. I haven't shot a video in so long, I can't run the camera. So are we talking about selling $10 products with $5 profit? Are we talking about selling $100 products with $50, $100 products with $50 profit? So basically, to take home $5,000, you need to sell 1,000 items with $5 in profit. 250 items a week. So, and that's across, an average of a 30-day period. So that answered that question. I know there's a more specific answer that everybody wants. Everybody wants to know what products, but here's what happens. If I actually were to go blah, blah product, 50,000 people could go out and buy those products right now. Now, I'm not saying that you all won't make $5 an item, but what would happen was supply and demand goes out the window. Bloop, gone. No more supply and demand. Now there's going to be more supply than demand. You're going to have 50,000 of your closest friends all selling the same product. So the reason I'm so big on find a product that appeals to you, that you understand, that makes sense, that you can handle it easily, you understand every aspect of it. Whatever that product may be, whether it's video games or clothes, calculators, whatever, flowers, it doesn't matter, whatever the product is. Everybody wants me to give them a product. I can't give you a product. I can't. Because at that point, everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, what happens when 100,000 people watch that video? And 100,000 people all go buy that product. And then you go to list them on eBay, and 100,000 people have 10 of them each. I'm gonna get all kind of messages, hate messages. Let me. I don't even know where the hater blockers are at. I'd have to get them. Let me get the hater blockers. I'd get so much hate. I'd be like, phew, I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't be able to see straight. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know that if I showed you guys how to go buy Lululemon, that you were all going to go do it. No, I'm not one of these silly YouTubers that like to spew a whole bunch of, everybody's ready for my favorite word? Malarkey. Right? I can't see to read my list, so I got to take my hater blockers back off. All right, let's get started with the actual list of questions. These are all questions that have been sent to me in the last 5 days. I'll answer the most important question. I was actually in Georgia for the last 3 days, going to visit some manufacturers, some vendors, some suppliers of mine, looking at products, that I could buy and sell. Secrets. Yep, I have some secrets. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, and I just got back, and you would think that I could have taken the time while I was up there to shoot some videos, but I was actually being wrung out at that point. I couldn't even think. I couldn't think straight. Okay, number one question. Do I drive for Uber or Lyft? No. No, I do not. And as amusing as that question is, because I refer to myself as the driver, I am the driver in my business. I keep control of where my automobile, my ship, my rocket ship, my motorcycle, the direction that my company is going, I keep control. I'm the driver. I make it all happen. I'm the emotional support, the moral support. I'm the tactician. I'm the scientist. I'm the rocket engineer that keeps it all going. I'm the glue on the fabric, because I glue fabric, because that's awesome. I love gluing fabric. Okay. So, no, I do not drive for Uber or Lyft. It's kind of a joke for my very early subscribers that I'm just the driver. And if you'll ride along with me, I can provide you some advice and some guidance based on my experience. Number two, what businesses have I failed at? 10 years ago, I got into the bar and restaurant business. That, my friend, is a very, very difficult business. All you're doing is hanging a shingle out. You're going to do some advertising on TV and radio, and you're going to get some guys with flyers out in your local area putting it out, and you're trying to bring people in for happy hour. It was a very hard business, and yes, I failed. I kept my bar open I had two. Not only did I fail once, I failed twice. In a 3-year period, I was very ambitious and had 2 bars and nightclubs going simultaneously in 2 different cities, and both failed. I am a failure, and no one in their right mind should listen to any advice that I have, because I don't know a thing. Ha! All right. Okay. Number 3, how old am I and what is my net worth? Clearly, the advice that I give and the failures that I have stated. So the answer to that question, multi-parted answer. So in business, the goal to make money is my scorecard. And I work to be successful. And the more successful, the more I do right, the more I achieve, the more dollars I make, and that is my score. And I keep score. When you're first starting out in business, you're just trying to make an extra $500 a month, and then soon you're trying to make an extra $1,000 a month, and pretty soon you're trying to make an extra $2,000 a month, because you need to make $500 a week extra, and it's going to change your life. And everything will be amazing if that happens. And as you succeed and you continuously make that money, one morning you'll wake up and you'll have the realization, just as I did 20 years ago, I have become a slave to the money. And if you think you will not be a slave to the money, you will. Because as you grow and you succeed and you make more money and your lifestyle swells up, and we've talked about this, you and I, we've talked about this so many times, and I get so many messages, people telling me, if I made $200,000 or $300,000 a year, I wouldn't spend any money at all. You would be the only person in the history of all people that made $200,000 or $300,000 a year and maintained your current lifestyle, paying your current bills, never having anything extra. You would be, right? That's just my opinion. Feel free to leave me all the comments and messages down below and tell me how wrong I am. I love being wrong. I love it. Okay. Number 4. I have an employee who cannot come to work on time. And they do such a good job when they're at work, I don't know what to do. Well, I'll tell you what I would do. I just change the schedule. So if he doesn't want to be in at 8:30 in the morning, he can come in at 9. See, in the world that I operate in, there are problems and there are annoyances. And a real problem takes a real solution. It takes a lot of effort, thought, the changing of policies, procedures. Are these problems going to require tremendous amounts of money to solve, to fix, to overcome? Is it an annoyance that they come in late every day? Just change their hours. And then you know what? They won't be late anymore. That's an annoyance, my friend. That's not a problem. Okay, let's move on now. Number 5. What were your biggest legal headaches when you started your business? So, because I deal in retail, I am always being assaulted, accosted. I am being beaten with the big MAP stick. MAP. Manufacturer advertised pricing. MAP pricing. You are violating our MAP pricing. And over comes a letter from some attorney for some toy company or some clothing retailer saying that I am selling stuff too cheap and I am violating MAP policy. MAP pricing does not apply to you or I. And I can buy it and I can sell it for whatever I want. Now, if I have an agreement, if I have a contract from a distributor or a wholesale supplier and I have to adhere to that MAP policy pricing and I violate it, well, I can't sell that product under that agreement, and then I just have to take another stab at getting those products, if they were selling well to begin with, through a different distribution channel. So as it turns out, if I really want to buy whatever type of toys they are, and I like them, and they're a hot seller, and I want to be the cheapest guy, and I'm violating MAP pricing, that distributor is going to drop me, and then I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to pay a little bit more to buy it outside of an agreement, and I can still sell it cheap, and if I'm making a profit, I'm making a profit. And you guys all know how much I love to make a profit. So I'm going to go back to how old am I and what is my net worth, because that is still popping up on my list and I never answered it. How old I am has nothing to do with all the tea in China. I don't know where that expression come from, and my grandmother used to say it, and it didn't make any sense then, and it doesn't make any sense now, but it's funny, I guess. My net worth is, everybody wants to know, $10 million. Why do I show my cars and my house? It's part of my scorecard. Do you want to listen to someone who's made nothing? They have achieved nothing. There is no verifiable way that anybody says, I've done something and I can show you how to do it. Why would you follow those people blindly into battle? If they are not good at combat, they are not a sniper. They're really a foot soldier who's done nothing, and they're just convincing everyone that they've done something because they're telling a really good story. But they can't show you anything. Please do yourself a favor. Check it out. Make sure you understand it. I've told everybody the same stories. I've done some stuff. I've got myself in all kind of trouble. It's all part of business. I can make reference to our current president and some of the things that he did and body parts that he touched on people. And he's the president. So here we are. So the answer to the question was, again, which is completely not relevant to anything that we do here, other than if there is a question about what I do and whatever advice or guidance I could provide, that answers your question. And it is not by chance any huge amount of money. I've done a little. In a big old world. In a big old world of money where people have, the richest guy's got $80-something billion. I'm very small. That's what makes me so good at helping you. Because if I can help you, I've done something. The guy with $80 billion, he hasn't helped me. He's not provided me any insight into anything. Funny how that works. Okay, Does anyone really make money drop shipping on Shopify or Amazon or eBay? As much as I love that question, my answer is emphatically, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course I know, right? How would I know? How would I know what a whole bunch of people that says they're drop shipping making? Well, it's relevant to how much are we talking about? What are we talking about? Are they making $500 a month? Okay. Yep. You can probably make $500 a month with your drop shipping program. Are you going to make a living? Now, if you consider making a living $500 a month, boom, I stand corrected. I've been wrong 2 times. And I said it again. I like being wrong. I love learning new things. I'm all about learning. I want to learn something new. Boom. I love learning something new. Right? So, can you make a little bit of money? Yes. Is it going to change your life? No. Is it going to be a bunch of work? Yes. Could you take the amount of work that you're putting into that into something else and make 10 times? Yes. So, there's the answer to that question. Is it hard to sleep when you're a small business owner? Yes, I worry about a lot of things continuously. I never stop worrying. And that's why I talk so fast and I have so many questions and answers and things that I can talk about in every video. What's the most money you've ever earned in 1 hour? So, I bought this thing, and we're going to refer to it as a thing because it doesn't matter what the thing is, but I bought this thing and I sold it to the U.S. military. And I made $50,000. And it didn't take me an hour, it took me 5 minutes. So there you go, right? How do I drive tons of traffic that converts over to my business on my website? You need to be a social marketing genius. And there's a whole lot of videos and information about how to use social marketing, and I'm not sure how effective any of it is, but there's a bunch of, I would just blog and Instagram and Twitter, and it takes a lot of time. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be really proficient at it, and you're not, just like you're not going to wake up tomorrow and be a millionaire, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and be a 100,000-aire or a 10,000-aire. You are going to wake up tomorrow and make a few $100s. So you'd be a $100 heir. I don't know if I'm going to make it through all the questions. The video is getting very long. What is the single most effective piece of financial advice I've ever received? Don't spend all your money. That was it. Don't spend it all. Use it wisely. You know what? And if you don't know what wisely is, some common sense needs to come into play. Be careful what you spend money on. Don't spend money on things that don't make money. Decide how you're going to divide that money up, how you're going to put it to work for yourself. Look for those products. Rewind the video. Watch the video again. We're talking about things that appeal to you. Do not make emotional purchases. Emotions and money do not mix. I'm Dave, and this was how to make $5,000 a month. I'll see you soon.